Hey everyone, Leonard James here. Buying your first home can be super exciting and also super confusing, so I'm stoked to break it all down for you today. We're talking about the entire process, step by step, from figuring out how much house you can actually afford to finally getting those keys in your hand. We'll cover everything you need to know to make the process as smooth as possible. Stay tuned, this is gonna be good. Alright, so you're thinking about buying a house, that's awesome. But before you start browsing Zillow for your dream mansion, we need to get real about your finances. Trust me, this is crucial. The last thing you want is to be house poor, stuck with a mortgage payment you can barely afford. So let's break it down. First things first, what's coming in every month? I'm talking about your income. This includes your salary, any side hustles you've got going on, maybe some passive income streams. Write it all down. Next, what's going out? And be brutally honest with yourself here. We're talking rent, utilities, groceries, those daily coffees, Netflix subscriptions, literally everything. Track your spending for a couple of months if you have to. Now comes the fun part, subtracting your expenses from your income. Whatever's left over is what you've got to work with for saving for a down payment and covering those monthly mortgage payments. Speaking of down payments, aim for at least 20% if you can. It'll save you a ton on interest in the long run and give you some wiggle room in case something unexpected pops up. Oh, and don't forget about closing costs. These are those pesky fees that come with buying a house and they can really add up. Think like 2 to 5% of the loan amount. Factor that into your savings goal. And here's a pro tip. Start cutting back on unnecessary expenses now. That daily latte might seem small, but it adds up over time. Trust me, the more you can save, the better off you'll be. Remember, this is about setting yourself up for long-term success, not just short-term gratification. Okay, so you've got a handle on your finances and you're ready to start seriously looking at homes. Awesome! But before you fall in love with a place, you need to get pre-approved for a mortgage. This is like getting a sneak peek at what you can actually afford and shows sellers you're serious. Think of pre-approval like getting a VIP pass to house hunting. It tells sellers you're not just window shopping, you're ready to make a move. Plus, it gives you a realistic budget to work with, so you don't waste time looking at homes that are out of your price range. Now when it comes to choosing a lender, don't just go with the first one you find. Shop around, compare interest rates, and read the fine print. Remember, this is a big decision, so you want to make sure you're getting the best deal possible. Don't be afraid to negotiate with lenders either. Sometimes they're willing to lower their rates or fees to compete for your business. It's all about being proactive and advocating for yourself. And here's a little secret weapon: your credit score. The higher your score, the better interest rates you'll qualify for. So before you even think about applying for a mortgage, check your credit report. Make sure everything's accurate, and work on improving your score if you need to. Remember, getting pre-approved is a crucial step in the home buying process. It sets you up for success and helps you find a home that fits your budget. Alright, now comes the fun part: house hunting. But before you start browsing listings and falling in love with every granite countertop you see, let's get strategic. First things first, figure out your must-haves versus your nice-to-haves. Do you absolutely need a backyard for your dog? Is a home office a non-negotiable? Knowing what you need versus what you'd like will help you narrow down your search and avoid getting sidetracked by fancy features you don't actually care about. Next, think about location. Consider your commute, the school district if you have kids, and the overall vibe of the neighborhood. Do you want a bustling urban environment or a quiet suburban street? Once you've got a good idea of what you're looking for, it's time to enlist the help of a real estate agent. A good agent will know the local market inside and out, help you find properties that fit your criteria, and negotiate on your behalf. When you're touring homes, don't be afraid to ask questions. Inspect everything, from the foundation to the roof, and don't be shy about pointing out any potential red flags to your agent. Remember, buying a home is a big decision, so take your time, trust your gut, and don't settle for a place that doesn't feel right. You've found the perfect place, congrats. Now it's time to make an offer. This is where things can get a little nerve-wracking, but don't worry, I've got your back. First things first, work with your real estate agent to come up with a competitive offer. Consider the listing price, how long the property has been on the market, and recent comparable sales in the area. Your offer will include more than just the purchase price. You'll also need to outline things like your down payment, closing costs, and any contingencies. Contingencies are basically conditions that need to be met before the sale can go through, like a home inspection or appraisal. Once you've submitted your offer, the seller can either accept it, reject it, or come back with a counteroffer. Don't be afraid to negotiate. This is where having a skilled real estate agent really comes in handy. Remember, the goal is to reach a mutually agreeable price and terms. Be prepared to compromise, but also know your limits, and don't be afraid to walk away if the deal isn't right for you. This part of the process can be stressful, but try to stay calm and focused. Remember, you're one step closer to owning your dream home. Alright, you've made it to the final stretch. The offer has been accepted, and now it's time to close the deal and finally move into your new home. First things first, you'll need to finalize your mortgage. This involves providing your lender with all the necessary documentation like pay stubs, tax returns, and bank statements. Next, you'll schedule a home inspection. This is crucial because it gives you a chance to thoroughly inspect the property for any hidden problems. If the inspector finds any issues, you can negotiate with the seller to have them fixed before closing. Once the inspection is complete, you'll also need to get an appraisal. This is where a professional assesses the fair market value of the property. This is important for the lender to make sure they're not loaning you more money than the home is worth. Now comes the closing day. This is where you'll sign all the paperwork, finalize the loan, and officially become a homeowner. Make sure you review all the documents carefully, and ask your real estate agent or attorney any questions you have. Once all the paperwork is signed, you'll get the keys to your new home. Congratulations, you did it. Now comes the fun part, making it your own. Moving can be stressful, but try to enjoy the process. You've worked hard to get to this point, so take it all in and celebrate this exciting milestone. And that's it. Follow these steps and you'll be well on your way to owning your first home. I know it can seem like a daunting process, but trust me, it's totally doable. Just remember to take it one step at a time, do your research, and don't be afraid to ask for help along the way. And don't forget to keep an eye on your credit score throughout the process to ensure you get the best loan terms possible. A few points can make a big difference in your monthly payments. Thanks for watching, and happy house hunting.